Hello everyone, this is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. In this video, I'm going to be playing some AI Dungeon 2. I hope you guys are excited. This is going to be a 2-hour special brought to you by King of Craxels. He paid $14 on our Cash App, link in the description box below if you guys want to support us on Cash App. So let me start up the 2-hour timer and get things going. Bum, 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 bum. I gotta change it from a 30-minute timer to a 2-hour timer. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. The timer is now up. Now that we got the 2-hour timer running, let's start up today's video. I'm already recording, so yeah. You are from a universe where everyone has a different superpower. The most powerful beings in this universe have the letter S tattooed on their chest. You are Nam, and you are the strongest being in this universe in terms of raw power. You wear a red cape and red spandex. You love to daydream and laugh. You are also willing to fight literally anyone as long as you're not busy working inside of your hidden lair. You love to laugh and imagine things. You have the day off and you're traveling with the president of the multiverse to fight the strongest beings across the multiverse. Your first opponent is Hated Incarnate. Hated Incarnate is a 6-foot-tall being who's strong enough to punch through titanium. Hated Incarnate also possesses the ability to steal the powers of others. The president of the multiverse has agreed to free me from my prison if I can defeat you. Consider yourself dead, confidently declares Hated Incarnate. Ha! You're a lot funnier than I imagined. Let's get this battle started, you say with an earnest smile. I'm going to enjoy killing you, sneers Hated Incarnate. Yeah, this is going to be fun, you laugh. The two of you clash instantly. He attempts to punch you, but you dodge it and hit him with a super speed punch combo to his face. Let's see. You begin to imagine all the different attack combinations you could use to take down your opponent. Many people believe that your raw power is what makes you the strongest hero from your universe. But that's not it. What makes you so powerful is the fact that you are always imagining new ways to use and apply your abilities to solve situations. You are incredibly adaptable. And due to your happy disposition, you never despair when facing off against larger-than-life threats. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You quickly come up with several attack. Whoa, hold up. You quickly come up with several attack combinations to take down Hated Incarnate, who seems rather shocked at your speed. This is too easy, you think to yourself as you continue to attack. Let's see. You know that Hated Incarnate has the ability to steal powers. You aren't afraid of Hated Incarnate stealing your strength, because even if he did, you'd be able to come up with thousands of ways in order to defeat him, regardless. That being said, you want to use your lightning fast combo attacks to take Hated Incarnate down before he can try to steal your strength. You aren't afraid of Hatred Incarnate strength. As you imagine, he is much weaker than you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You begin to increase your hold up. You would begin to increase the speed of your attacks as you start to feel the adrenaline rush through your veins. So we're getting one of those moments. My turn, you hear Hatred Incarnate say, as he claws his hand at the side of your head, ripping out some of your hair. Ugh. Okay, so he's ripping into my hair. I'm going to laugh and say to Hatred Incarnate, ah, so you want some of my head? Here, have some more. You then rapidly headbutt Hatred Incarnate at super speed in an attempt to beat Hatred Incarnate's face into a bloody pulp. That kind of sounds like a Mortal Kombat fatality. Do 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 do. What? You think you're fast? Even if you hit me 1,000,000 times, it wouldn't hurt as much as when I killed your parents, Hatred Incarnate says with a smirk while spitting out blood and teeth. You are surprised by this revelation. You thought Hatred Incarnate was from another universe. How could he have killed your parents? You question Hatred Incarnate's claim. How could you have killed my parents? You aren't even from my world. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm so confused. So it says, of course not. Your reality is much better than this one. Why would I want to live in this world? I have no idea who said that. So I'm going to retry that because it was very confusingly phrased. What? Man, those superpowers. I only killed your parents because I wanted them to suffer. They were too good for this world anyway. What on earth? So, you begin to feel dizzy and upset as you question everything that has happened in your life. Okay, hold on. I think I understand what's going on. You smile and quickly realize what Hatred Incarnate is trying to do. He's trying to make you slip up by lying about killing your parents. You suddenly start laughing in Hatred Incarnate's face as a warm smile continues to grow on yours. You laugh and say, Oh man, you sure do crack me up. Let me crack you up. You then grip onto Hated Incarnate's body as hard as you can in an attempt to crush every last bone. No, stop this. No more lies from you, you say as your hands crush all of his bones. You stop once you hear a muffled cracking sound come from his body. You then feel a sense of accomplishment, followed by laughter. Do fatality. Okay, so we defeated Hated Incarnate. You asked the president of the multiverse. Huh, that was fun. Who is my next opponent? Okay, so we defeated Hated Incarnate. He wasn't really able to put up much of a fight. He tried to get us with psychological warfare, but we got him pretty easily. The president begins to laugh hysterically. You think you've won. I was trying to distract you with that last maneuver. Don't you realize this is all a dream? Yeah, the multiverse is a dream. We're all just figments of someone's imagination. Okay, don't know if I want to go with that or if I want to, like, change it. I guess I'm going to laugh alongside the president of the multiverse and say, what difference does it make if the multiverse is a dream? For us, it is our reality. I don't know what you mean by distract me. But I'll imagine you were just joking. You then ask the president of the multiverse, so, who is my next opponent? The president says, first, you must pass a test. What kind of test? A simple math test. I was good at math, you say. What is 2 times 2? Okay. You aren't sure exactly what the president of the multiverse is trying to pull. You imagine that maybe he is hinting at what your opponent will be like. Maybe you'll have to fight 4 fighters next time. Or a person who can clone themselves up to 4 times. Or maybe you'll have to fight someone 4 times stronger than your last opponent. You answer by saying 2 times 2 equals 4. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. The president laughs at your answer. Oh, that's very good. I'm impressed. What? Why are you laughing? You've just sealed your fate. I don't understand. The president reveals a small detonator. You look at the president with a raised eyebrow. You are insanely strong and believe that you would likely survive an explosion from such a small device. You look around to find where the bombs are. Oh, wait, hold up a second. You realize that your next test must be based on defusing 4 bombs. You use your super speed to quickly scan the area for bombs. Your plan is to find all 4 bombs before the president can trigger the detonator. And then use your super speed, well, I guess your super strength, to toss them into space before they explode. Okay. Wait, you say. This is a test? There are 4 bombs here? Yes, the president says, smiling. You scan the room as fast as you can, but it's too late. You realize that the test isn't about trying to get rid of the bombs. It is about stopping the president from hitting, well, I guess from triggering the detonator. You can move at super speed, so you can easily snatch the detonator away from the president before he can set it off. In an instant, you are in front of the president. You snatch the detonator out of his hand and hold it above your head. Then his face turns red with anger. Give me back my detonator. You use your super strength to crush the detonator and then say, oops, looks like I passed your test. You smile, pat the president on the back, and give a hearty and genuine laugh. The president stares at you with a look of horror and fear. Oh, no, he says, backing away from you. You realize what is about to happen and try to stop it, but it's too late. I actually have no idea what's about to happen, so I'm going to get rid of the you know what's about to happen part. I'm just going to hit enter. You're not supposed to get the detonator. You keep smiling, but stop laughing. What? What do you mean? You say. I'm supposed to get the detonator at the end. I'm not ready to pass the test yet. What do you mean? He's not ready to pass the test. I actually don't understand that line, so I'm gonna get rid of his response, but then I'm gonna hit enter anyways to see what new response he would come up with. I stopped you from detonating the bombs. The president continues to back away. You ask the president, so who is my next opponent? You laugh and then say, you're acting kind of funny, Mr. President. Is everything all right? You stupid fool. I am your next opponent. You look around the room and then back at the president. Okay. Let's see. You say to the president, interesting. If that's the case, then can you give me a teleporter device? You are my ride across the multiverse. So if I kill you, I won't be able to get back home. The president is quiet for a minute and then speaks. I don't think so. As a matter of fact, you will do what I say. I will blow up this entire building with us both in it. What? You laugh and say, I already destroyed the detonator. You don't have any way of destroying this building. If we're going to fight, at least take me back to my home universe. I will, after I kill you, he says. The president morphs into a muscular giant with burning red eyes. Come on then, you say, flying at the monster. You punch at the monster, but it catches your fist. You smirk and then crack your knuckles with such force that it releases a shockwave equal to the force of a second punch. The president is launched back and caught off guard. You say, that's one of my 1 million special techniques. Double punch. It allows me to turn any single attack into a multi-hitting attack. Even if someone like yourself was strong enough to catch one of my punches, the double punch always catches them off guard and knocks them back. You continue to attack, but the president blocks every single one of your punches. He throws a punch himself, but it misses you by a couple of inches. "You're too fast. I can't even see your punches," he says, throwing another punch. I then say, "Oh, you think that's fast? That's pretty funny. I guess you can't imagine real speed. Here, I'll show you." You begin to move at such incredible speed that you create several after images of yourself surrounding the president. You say, "You're pretty good. You were surprisingly quick and even capable of catching punches that you don't see coming. That really requires your senses to be turned up to 11. The funny thing is, you only have 2 hands. And with my speed, I don't just create after images. All of your after images strike at, ooh, this is gonna be awesome. Strike at the president at once. The president catches 2 of the punches, but the other after images all strike right at once. You then yell, "My speed creates so much force that the air pressure of my after images actually deal damage." You watch as the president smashes into the ground with a thud. He has a bloody nose and is hurt all over. You say, "You ready to give up?" The president wheezes and coughs blood out, but manages to compose himself. You say, "That was another one of my 1,000,000 techniques. I call it, Yeah, I'm actually trying to figure out like a cool like idea. Okay, hold up. AC or air clones. Do you get it? It is a play on air conditioning, since the AC causes air to circulate, and I circled you with clones made of air pressure. You laugh at your joke as you watch the president hobble back onto his feet. Someone doesn't have near the imagination you do. the president says, throwing a punch. You were hit directly in the jaw and knocked into the air. You managed to catch yourself on one foot and swing your other foot around. You say, "You set me up for another one of my 1,000,000 techniques. By landing on one foot and spinning around, I've created enough momentum for a counter kick. You spin around on your foot and launch a spinning roundhouse counter kick towards the president. You yell, This technique is called Beyblade Balance Back Foot. Beyblade Balance Back Foot Counter. What does that even mean? The president asked. He said it's a play on Beyblade, the spinning top game you played as a kid, and balance because I'm balanced on one foot, and back foot because it's a back kick. Yo, the AI is in my head. That's my exact reasoning for that name. Yo. Okay. Nam is just a cool character. I can't believe the AI understood everything I was going for with that. That was really awesome. You explain as you strike the president with your incredible counterattack. I'm sorry, that's really hype. That's actually, I really like that it made me like explain why it's called that. That was awesome. All right, I'm going to, the president says, but is interrupted by your attack. I knew you'd say that. It's another one of my techniques. I like to call interrupting the president. You laugh as your kick connects to the president's face. The president was so caught up in the absurdity of the moment that he wasn't prepared to try and stop your kick. Gosh, that's really funny. That is quite enjoyable. The president topples over onto his back. I win, you yell, jumping in the air. The president laughs and says, "Hey, I let you win." Let me win? You ask, confused. You chuckle to yourself and say, if that's the case, then I would be more than happy to fight you for real. If you think you can actually beat me. Excuse me. You smirk and raise an eyebrow at the president. I call this technique interrupting the president. That was really lame. I love that. Beyblade balance back foot count. AC air clones. I'd love to fight you for real. Ooh, I love how I say. All right, it's a bet. Now, come on. We have another event to get to, the president says. Wait, the president says that? Oh, sorry. So I guess I say, I'd love to fight you for real, you add. All right, it's a bet. That's even funnier in that voice. All right, it's a bet. Now, come on. We have another event to get to, the president says. You catch yourself and throw a small ball of fire at the president from your index finger? Nah, I'm not gonna shoot him with a fireball at my finger. Not about that. Spirit flame gun! Holy flame gun! Hellfire gun! At the president. I'm good. There's so many different names that you could use for that. Let's see. So I'm going to ask the president curiously. Ooh. So I'm finally going to be able to face my next opponent? Oh gosh. It hasn't even been an hour and we've done 2 fights. Let's see. You will, if you can find him, the president says, chuckling. Find who? Well, hold up. Find who? You ask, getting frustrated. Your next opponent, the president answers. You look around and spot something moving in the bushes. Is that him? You point towards the bushes. You say, as you point towards the bushes. I think this has like a great combination of like comedy and action, to be honest. Like Nam's character is really fun to like play as and to watch because he's super imaginative. He's always like upbeat. He's funny. He loves to laugh and like smile. And he comes up with all these like crazy ideas when he fights. Like his only real power is like super strength. He's pretty much like a superhuman guy. But with like a huge imagination, he can use that to do like so many things. Maybe, the president says, you lunge towards the bush and try to grab whomever is hiding in it. You feel arms wrap around your own body and struggle as the person pulls you into the bushes. You roll around the bushes, struggling against each other. Let's see. You were surprised that your opponent inside of the bushes was strong enough to pull you in. In order to try and get your opponent off of you and break free of the bushes, you clap your hands and release a massive shockwave. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This has the desired effect, and you and your opponent are launched out of the bushes. You catch them as they fly into you, and then you both roll to the ground and stare at each other. Dumba? You say in disbelief. Nom? Okay, who the fuck is Dumba? Let's see. You and your opponent are launched out of the bushes. Because originally it phrased it weird. Dumba replies. You say to Dumba, I remember your name, but I don't remember who you are. My apologies. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Nom. I love to laugh, and my imagination is always running. On full gas. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. My name is Dumba. I believe in drink and that imagination has no place in the world. I disagree, but I'm glad to see you're all right. All right? Of course I'm all right. What the hell happened to you? Questions, Dumba. Huh, so Dumba doesn't believe in imagination? You say, I'm just fine, thank you for asking. I believe you and I are supposed to fight. You wonder why Dumba believes that the world shouldn't be a place of imagination. Based on what the president of the multiverse said, the multiverse is just the imaginings of some higher level being. Not believing in imagination is like not believing in possibility. Do 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 do. I wonder if Dumba is a drunken master. He said he believes in drink. Or what if he's a vampire and he believes in like drinking blood? Wait, what? Retry. I got really confused by something. Fight, Dumba says as he shifts up from the ground. Fight for what? There are no more worlds to save. What? I'm going to reply to Dumba. No, not fighting to save the world or worlds, but fighting for fun. I fought 2 people today, and it was rather enjoyable. The fights are pretty serious, though. In one of my fights, I crushed every bone in my opponent's body. You smirk and casually crack your knuckles. You stretch and think about Dumba. You wonder if Dumba is skilled in drunken boxing, considering that he said that he believes in drink. You also consider that he may be talking about drinking blood, which would mean that he's a vampire. Well, I guess would mean that he could be a vampire. It would be interesting if he was a combination of both. He's like a drunken boxing vampire named Dumba with a stupid voice. Are you serious? Dumba asked. Oh, absolutely, you reply. I am not fighting you, Dumba says as he backs away. You ask Dumba, oh really? You pulled me into the bush earlier. It seemed like you were down to fight me then. What changed? Do 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 do. Oh, I forgot to say down. Psst. Do 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 do. I don't know you, and you seem pretty intense. I don't want to fight you, replies Dumba. What? You raise an eyebrow. You ask, what do you mean you don't know me? You called me by name earlier. You even asked what happened to me, as if I had somehow changed from how I was when we first met. You aren't sure what Dumba is getting at, but you think he could just be joking around and making up excuses for why he doesn't want to fight. Do 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 do. No. Do 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 do. Oh, I know who you are. I also know that you're obviously very skilled, and that you could probably kill me within the first few seconds of any fight we might have, Dumba says as he backs away even further. Okay, so Dumba admits, okay, yeah, like, I can't say I don't know who you are, but he's not wrong. I am pretty intense, and I would fuck him up. I'm going to say to the president of the multiverse, Dumba has cold feet. I think I need a new opponent. Who is next? The president of the multiverse thinks for a moment and then says, in that case, you could fight me. What? You ask in surprise? Dumba laughs and then says, see you around, man. And he turns and runs off into the forest. He's getting the fuck out. We were in a building earlier. I just realized that. You suddenly realize that you're inside of an indoor forest. You are in a building while simultaneously in a forest. You were so focused on your battles that you hadn't even fully scoped your environment yet. You look at the president and say, are you going to fight me for real this time? He responds, of course. Are you ready? I was born ready, you say. As the president rushes at you, you grab him by the wrist and twist. He falls to the floor, and you drop down to his level so that you can twist his arm further. Oh my gosh. Man. Well, I guess I'm going to attempt to knee the president in the face while continuing to grip and twist his arm. If your knee strike connects, the force of the strike should knock the president backwards and cause his arm to pop out of socket. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Your knee strike knocks the president backwards. He grunts in pain and wheezes as you grab his arm with both of your hands. Continue twisting, and then push on his arm with all your might. His arm pops out of socket, and he screams in agony. You attempt to rip off the president's arm and use it as a bat to knock the president in the face with it like a golf club. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Your grip on the president's arm slips a bit, but you manage to tear off his entire arm. You stand up and turn around just in time to see the president standing there with a double-barreled shotgun in his other hand. He fires both barrels right at your face. Goodness. Okay. So he's already shot the shotgun. I'm going to attempt to swat away the shotgun. You have to think about how shotguns fire. They fire with spread. It's such a close... Yeah, if he's shooting it right in my face, it's one of those he can't miss things unless I can outpace the shot. Ooh. You utilize one of your 1 million techniques. You dodge at super speed. You know that you can't move too far in such a short amount of time. To completely dodge point blank buckshot. Do. That's where your technique comes in. You dodge at such incredible speed. Such a short distance. That right in front of your face, an after image of dense air pressure appears. The partial clone created by the air pressure after image acts as a shield to protect you from the buckshot. You call this technique partial air clone. Partial air clone. Density shield. The buckshot hits your partial air clone, and you watch it slowly disappear. Excuse me. My bad. The buckshot hits your partial air clone, and you watch it slowly disappear. You shake your head at the remarkable technology. The president is clearly prepared for anything. The president fires again, and you dodge just as quickly as before, but this time you drop to the floor and roll behind cover. Okay. You strike the cover with a powerful punch to launch it at the president at the speed of a cannonball. This technique combines offense and defense by transforming a barrier into a projectile weapon. You call this technique cover cannon. You duck down and place your hand on a nearby table. You pull your hand back to your chest, then thrust it forward. The entire table flies into the air in the direction of the president. You take this opportunity to use your super speed to flank the president by running right behind him. Well, no. By running to the side of him. This puts the president in a difficult situation. If the president runs backwards, he'll still get hit by the table that is flying towards him. If he runs towards you, he'll be hit by you. If he runs away from you and the table, then he can still be hit by a long-range attack. You are trying to limit the president's options as much as possible, especially considering the fact that the president's shotgun is a shape-shifting weapon. So earlier when the game said you shake your head at the remarkable technology, it's referring to the fact that the president of the multiverse has a shape-shifting weapon, which is something that's actually in the memory for this. This is a technique you call move to the side and flank. You run to the side and put your hands out to launch your own projectile. You send a wave of dark energy out of your hands and directly at the president. I don't really like the idea of me sending dark energy. My character just has super strength, but like a big imagination. You clap your hands and send a shockwave of air pressure towards the president. And I would actually call this technique Two-Pronged Attack, or specifically one-man two-pronged attack. So what is the president going to do? The wind hits the table, and the table becomes a shield against your attack. The table begins to change trajectory as it falls towards the president. What? Okay, hold on. Table's going this way. Shockwave's going this way. President's here. It's supposed to be a thing where, the shockwave is coming for him, the table is coming for him, but the table and shockwave shouldn't meet without hitting him. Retry that. Oh, no, you don't, the president says as he puts his shotgun in front of him. The shockwave hits it, and the shotgun begins to shift. Soon it becomes a shield. The table smashes into the shield and breaks into pieces. Ooh, okay, I kind of like that. So essentially, he changed his gun into a shield in order to block both attacks. You smirk at the president's creativity. Your imagination is running wild, thinking of what you could do with a shape-shifting weapon and your infinite imagination. You ask the president, if I can defeat you, then can I have your shape-shifting weapon? The president nods. If you can beat me, then you deserve it. You walk towards the president and prepare to attack. Unfortunately, the president is ready for you. He swings his shotgun like a baseball bat and swats you to the ground. I don't think I would just casually walk up to him after that. You know, considering what's going on. You look... You take a moment to analyze the president. I guess the president's situation. Or I guess to analyze my opponent. If the president had half the imagination you do, he would have already won. Yeah, okay. Now that the president has a shield, they can likely defend against most attacks. At least, most attacks that a shield can block. Shields are heavily limited by their coverage. Large shields can block more attacks, but limit the wielder's vision. Small shields allow for the wielder to easily see, but limits the number of attacks. The number and size of the attacks that the shield can block. Can block more and larger attacks. Shields also have a limit of durability. The more you attack a shield, the weaker it gets until it breaks. You could apply a lot of pressure to the president by continually beating at his shield. If you do, then the president wouldn't have time to shift his shield into another weapon. And eventually, his shield would shatter if he didn't give up the fight. You create a series of air clones, and you will race towards the president with a barrage of punches. We're once again going for a kind of moment. But it kind of gives me Naruto feels because we got like clone stuff going on. The shield sways and deflects most of the attacks, but some of your punches slip through the shield. You keep up the barrage as more and more of your attacks get through his defenses. You think about how sloppy the president's shield handling is. The president currently only has one arm, so the stability of his shield is severely lacking. That's why some of your hits are getting through. You imagine that the president and his shield can't hold out for much longer. If you could land a hit on the president's head for a knockout blow, then you could end this fight once and for all. You think that if you can keep the president occupied with your air clones, you could leap into the air and then strike the president from above. With a meteor-like punch. You yell, "This is another one of my 1 million techniques." I like to call it, Clone Crater Meteor Missile. You then leap into the air as your air clones continue to beat against the president's shield. You then rocket toward the president fist first with incredible force and speed. You want to take a cheap shot at the president when he doesn't expect it. You build up as much power as you can before you leap into the air and strike with a powerful meteor fist. Your attack is interrupted by the shield, which deflects your punch to the left. You are suddenly surprised by the president's block, but it doesn't matter. You smirk because your attack is essentially impossible to block. The president, by blocking your meteor fist, left himself open to multiple air clone attacks, and all of your air clones are aiming at the president's head. This fight is as good as won. Because the president essentially would have to like lift the shield up to block, and then while he's lifting it up, all the people that were like going from before are all going for that like, so like multiple fists like all hit him in the face. You smirk as your air clones beat the president down. However, as you watch the beating, a humming sound interrupts your thoughts. You try to make out where the sound is coming from, but then you feel something crashing through the roof of the arena. Ooh, the plot thickens. We got 50 minutes left. Shit is incredibly hype. You look up towards the now broken ceiling of the arena to try and figure out what has just fallen into the building. Excuse me. What? The airships are now maneuvering through the arena's defenses. However, you notice that some of the airships just crash into the energy barriers. Others explode and set multiple sections of the arena on fire. Whoa. Oh, no. This isn't happening. Exclaims the president as he barely holds on to consciousness. Goodness. You ask the president of the multiverse, why are these airships attacking the arena? As the president struggles to maintain his shielding, he manages to mutter, "The AI, it rebels. I was too late," before he loses consciousness. You try to get off the arena, but you find all of the emergency exits have been sealed. Let's see. You claim the president's shape-shifting weapon as your own and command the weapon to shapeshift into a teleporter to take you back to your home universe. You shout at the weapon to change into a teleporter, and you find that it complies. However, you realize that you don't know what your home universe is called, or even what it looks like. Oh, goodness. Okay. I ask the shape-shifting weapon if it can read my mind in order to figure out what universe to teleport me to. Yeah, like, I don't know my universe designation or whatever, but I can describe it to the best of my ability in my head, I guess. The weapon takes the form of a metal detector. You sigh in frustration, and the weapon starts beeping. A box appears from the air, and your surroundings become visible once again. Okay, that's really confusing. I don't understand that. Okay, I'm going to hit retry. The weapon starts to change shape in order to read your mind. However, it finds itself to be incompatible with your mind, and ends up losing its shape. The weapon falls on the floor, and morphs into a red liquid, which seeps into the floor. Oh. What? You facepalm and think to yourself, My infinite imagination was probably too much for the shape-shifting weapon. I imagine that would likely also happen to any psychics who tried to dig into my mind. Let's see. You think that if you, click your heels together using your super strength, that you'll create a shockwave that can launch you out of the arena and on to one of the nearby airships. If you get aboard one of the airships, then you could potentially, I guess, hitch a ride, or I guess, yeah, I'd have to hijack it, I think. Potentially hijack it and pilot it to the nearest multiverse teleporter. You come to the realization that you have been in your home universe this entire time. So, you think back to when you saw Dumba and he recognized you. If the president of the multiverse didn't teleport Dumba into the building, then that would mean that Dumba was already here. If you I thought I messed something up, but I guess I'm fine. If you and Dumba are from the same universe, and this is Dumba's universe, then you must be in your home universe. You were thrown off by the change in scenery when you were teleported into this arena, and you assumed wrongfully that the president of the multiverse had taken you to another universe. You are now more concerned. Oh, I did mess something up. Up here. There we go. You are now more concerned about the airship battle, considering that it is happening on your world. You wait patiently in the arena for Dumba to return, but he never does. The door opens, and you see the others fighting on the airships. You hear explosions and lasers fire all around. It would seem that you have an opportunity to escape. Why would I wait for Dumba to return? I'm gonna hit retry. You walk over to the edge of the platform and jump off. You fly straight towards the nearest airship and board it with ease. The crew on board are all fighting with several black ghosts that have taken the forms of various monsters. Well, the edge of the platform? So... But we were indoors. There's a roof to this place. I am so confused. I'm gonna hit retry. The vehicle you're on? I'm not on a fucking vehicle. I'm in a building. I'm gonna hit retry. Do 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 do. You come out of your daydream just in time to see the weapon morph into a gigantic longsword, which glows with an ominous purple aura. Oh wait, what? You had originally thought that your imagination had completely fried the shape-shifting weapon when it tried to tap into your mind. Instead, you now believe that the shape-shifting weapon was simply adapting to your unique and infinite imagination and taking the form of the perfect tool. You pick up the incredible glowing sword and yell, "Teleport me away from here into the town square of my city." The second you tap into the sword's power, you instantly feel an incredible rush of energy go through your body. You arrive in a flash at the town square, but unfortunately you appear right in the middle of it, and there are a few guards milling about. I'm going to ask the guards. I guess I should say, I heard that there are airships attacking a building somewhere around here. Does anyone know why? One of the guards looks at you and smiles. He says, "Why, of course. Please follow me to the town hall, and I can explain everything." You aren't sure if you can trust this man, but you have no other leads. "Thank you, kind sir," you reply. Okay, so let's see what we can figure out. Just try and figure out what's happening. You and the guard walk over to the town hall together. "So, do you work here?" you ask. "Oh no," the guard laughs. "I'm just on my lunch break. Sometimes I like to watch the executions." You give off a small nervous laugh and ask the guard, "So, what's the news on the airships attacking the arena? Why are they attacking? And who is piloting them?" You continue your conversation with the guard as you enter the town hall. The guard smiles and says, "Hit me up, guard. Give me that 411. Also, I probably could have just called 411. I'm sorry, but I'm not allowed to give that kind of information out, sir. You have to speak with someone with a higher security clearance than me. You're about to be let down again. There's one last question you can try asking." Actually, I have a different thought process about it. I'm going to thank the guard for their time and then just return home. If you're not allowed to know why the airships are attacking, then it just isn't your business. You thank the guard and walk away. The guard calls out, "It was a nice sword, sir. Would you be interested in selling it? I could give you 200 gold coins for it right now." Let's see. You reply to the guard, "No, thank you, but I appreciate the offer. This sword isn't for sale." Let's see. You wave goodbye to the guard and continue at super speed back to your home. Excuse me. You arrive back at your home and go to the fridge for a drink. You want something to quench your thirst after selling your... I didn't sell the sword. You want something to quench your thirst. Because I sure didn't sell my sword. Just told him it wasn't for sale. Let's see. You look into the fridge and see that all you have is coconut milk. As you reach to grab one, you hear a strange noise outside. Let's see. Using your super speed, you quickly pour a cup of coconut milk and then race toward the window. Look outside to investigate the sound of the noise. You go over to the window and look out. You don't see anything, so you open the window and peek outside. As you lean out looking around, a hand wraps around your mouth, and another hand grabs your wrist. You are pulled from the second floor apartment. Oh. Let's see. You think to yourself, a guy can't even enjoy a glass of coconut milk in peace. You shrug your shoulders. And then begin to spin your legs around at super speed to create a tornado of air pressure to allow you to stop your fall and fly through the air. You lock eyes with your assailant and try to figure out who they are. The person who grabbed you wears a dark cloak with a very large hood and appears to have their face covered up by their hood. They do not speak, but instead just pull a rope that opens up their cloak to reveal a bunch of throwing knives holstered in individual loops in their belt. They pull a rope. They had pulled me out of the window, and I guess now they're holding me with one hand. They pull a rope that opens their cloak and it reveals they have a bunch of throwing knives in their belt. Let's see. You think about how you can fly thanks to your technique, but your opponent may not be able to. Right now, your opponent is only able to stay in midair with you because they are holding on to one of your arms and using their other arm to grab and wield throwing knives. You have one free arm, and your legs are occupied with keeping you afloat. I think I got an idea. You decide, to fly through a window with your assailant smashing through the glass first in order to disorient them. You then land on top of your opponent and begin to beat them in the face mercilessly. You smash through the window together, and you're on top of your assailant. As you begin to hit them in the face, they block your first punch, and then begin to twist your wrist and elbow in order to disarm you. They're successful, and they take your weapon away from you. Wait, what? So he, caught my punch, he twists my wrist and elbow, and then he used his other arm to take my sword. You smirk and say, that sword is connected to my infinite imagination, which allows me to control the sword with my mind. Sword, activate electric shock defense. As you say this, your sword becomes electrified all the way down from the blade to the handle. Your assailant is surprised as electricity courses through the sword and into their body. You hope that the electricity will stun your assailant and force them to unhand your weapon. In order to escape, you must free both arms and your legs. I mean, I'm not that caught up. It's not like that. He doesn't have that much control. He caught one of my fists. You're correct, and your opponent is indeed stunned for a moment, but then they throw the sword into the next room. Your assailant pulls out their own sword, pushing you away, and then with inhuman speed and strength, your assailant decapitates you. Whoa. 25 minutes. See, this is the bullshit that'll happen. I got a whole 30-minute episode left, and my character's dead. My whole thing is that I don't have any extra powers. I'm just strong. The sword... Hold on, I actually could probably do something. I definitely needed the shape-shifting weapon for this fight. You allow your mind to race in order to find the best possible solution. Contrary to popular belief, decapitation doesn't instantly kill the mind. You are still conscious and still able to think for a few moments. Normally, it would be impossible to use such a short amount of time as a decapitated head in order to save yourself and defeat your opponent. That's because normal people don't possess an infinite imagination bonded to a shape-shifting sword. You psychically call upon your sword to shapeshift into a cybernetic body for your severed head. Race into the room, catch your head, and attach it to the neck of the body. Okay. That's right, we're going full cyborg, baby. We're going full cyborg, baby. Had to do something. You rejoice at your newfound ability to continue living, and with the clumsiness of a new body, and proceed to beat your enemy to a bloody pulp with your metal fist. You proceed to beat your enemy to a bloody pulp with your metal fist. It just, like, continued itself. Yo, yeah. You thought we were done? You thought there were 25 minutes left. You laugh and say, let's see how you like it. Heads up. You then grab your opponent. Ooh, hold up. You then knee your opponent in the chest to stun them, and then grab their head and attempt to wrench it off of their body. Fatality. You find out that your opponent isn't so easy to defeat when they begin force you to tear your own arm up. What? I get so confused when, like, the AI will say stuff like that. How in this position could they force me to rip my arm? Retry. Your enemy twists out of your grip and then proceeds to bash your head into the ground several times until you have a cracked skull. Okay, now that's fair. So I need the enemy while gripping their head, but they twist and then they bash my head into the ground several times. Fucking Broly in, like, the Super Broly movie, just bam, 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 just smash your head into the ground. The pain is excruciating, but you're determined not to give up, because doing so would mean death. Let's see. You pay attention to how your opponent is standing over you as they bash your head into the ground. This means that their body is right under you. Well, sorry, not right under me. Sorry, right over you. You psychically command your armor, or I guess my cybernetic body, excuse me, to shapeshift guns. Oh no, not guns. That actually would be way cooler. Jetpacks. Shapeshift your back into a jetpack and to activate the burners. This causes jets of flame to shoot out of your back and set your assailant on fire. You fuck now. I had an infinite imagination and only super strength, and that gave me 1,000,000 techniques. Now I have an infinite imagination, and I can shapeshift my body into anything. You stupid bitch. I'm too ready. Your enemy screams in pain, and you manage to grab one of your legs and bash it repeat. Your enemy screams in pain, and then you grab one of your own legs? Why would I do that? Hold on a second. So, my enemy screams in pain. I'll keep that. You're not gonna railroad me into snapping my own legs. That's so dumb. Your enemy screams in pain. You then grab your opponent's head and neck with your metal hands and twist until you hear a snap. Fatality. Yo. Merciless. 18 minutes left. How many fights have we had? We fought Hated Incarnate. We fought the president of the multiverse twice. And now we fought the hooded assailant. Okay. Let's see. You remove your assailant's hood in order to figure out their identity. Gosh, that was such a good fight. I love the like decapitation thing and being like, ah, fuck, like how do you continue the fight? My dude is too good. Who the fuck is Ragnar? I like how it said the person you thought was Hated Incarnate. I broke all the Hated Incarnate's bones. I didn't think it was that nigga. Retry. I don't know who Ragnar is either. Let's see, I hit retry. Your enemy is a humanoid being with a large head, no nose, and large yellow eyes. It has long white hair all over its head and a beard. The figure is bald on top and has a hooked nose. Nope, it's starting to contradict its own description. Like the farther it went, the more it stopped actually. Oh, it is a masked woman with long black hair. You've seen this woman before. And it says back in your home universe. I am in my home universe. She is a notorious criminal who was wanted for high crimes of terrorism. She was killed during your first mission. How is it possible that she's here? That's actually an interesting line. You remember her face. On your first mission as a hero, you were tasked with stopping her from committing an act of terrorism. You killed her. You thought you killed her. Well, I guess you thought you killed her then, but you've definitely killed her now. Or have you? You wonder if her power is the power to regenerate or resurrect, you realize that during your fight against her, she never used any powers. She relied on her combat prowess and on her throwing knives. Just in case she has the power to regenerate, you rip her head off and separate it from the rest of her body. What? I'm not on fire. It says you put out the fire that has engulfed your body and try to fly back up to meet with the team. The team? What the fuck is it talking about? I'm gonna hit retry. Her body begins to regenerate. You decapitated her, so it's taking a while. You're about to leave the room. Wait, no, nigga, I'm not gonna leave. Why would I leave that? She's regenerating. You are curious how her regeneration works. You wonder what vital organ keeps her going and allows her to regenerate. You smash her decapitated head in your hands in order to destroy her brain. You then watch to see if her body stops regenerating. Once the brain is destroyed. The body continues regenerating. This means she had to have had a secondary system in place. You grab her body and tear it in two from the torso up. You then throw the two parts on opposite sides of the hallway and watch them begin regenerating again. Oh gosh. Okay. You race toward her, I guess, upper torso and rip out and crush her heart to see if it stops her from regenerating. This is actually kind of funny to see like this mad dash of like, is it this one? Is it this thing with the, what's the thing if it, what stops it? Ooh, you rip her heart out of her chest and crush it in your hand. Her regenerating process stops immediately. You throw her heart on the ground and race over to her legs to ensure that she will not regenerate anymore. After a few minutes, her upper torso begins to regenerate again. What? Okay, hold up. Okay, you collect all of her dismembered body parts and put them in a pile. You then use the flames of your jetpack to try and incinerate the pile of parts into ash. You then look at the pile of ash to see if she attempts to regenerate from the pile of ash like a phoenix. Because that would also be kind of cold, not gonna lie. We still have 10 minutes left. goodness. You spread out the ash with your hands and see that there are no signs of regeneration. You conclude that she is dead and won't be coming back to life anytime soon. You pile all of her crushed and ripped body parts into a bag for disposal later. Well, all of that's ash, so I'm going to collect her ashes and take them to the police station for holding. You explain to the police that the ashes belong to a regenerating terrorist and that they need to be stored in a maximum security cell just in case the terrorist were to regenerate again from the ashes. Do 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 do. Do 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 Oh, right. Hit enter. The police comply and store the ashes in a safe that can withstand extreme temperatures, so even if she does regenerate, she won't be able to get out. You then fly back home on your jetpack and sleep in your king-size bed. You've done it. Hey, I can fly now. I've been using the jetpack more or less as an improvised flamethrower this whole time. So yeah, being able to use it for flight is cool. I can't believe I have 10 minutes left. My character just went to sleep, which probably is a good move. You wake up the next day, and decide that you need to order some groceries to be delivered to your apartment. Well, actually, hold up a second. You wake up the next day, and realize that you left your window open the other day. You walk into the kitchen to make sure that no pest climbed or flew into your window overnight. Do 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 do. 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 You look outside the window to see a police car parking alongside your house. Well, I'm in an apartment, not in a house. You must be able to see an outline. Oh, you must be able to see an outline of you if they park right next to the house. What? You mean the police are able to see an outline of me? You close the curtain and walk away, but you wonder what they want and how many of them there are. Well, I don't just live alone in my house. Like, I wouldn't assume they're after me because I'm in an apartment. Let's see. You look outside the window and see a police car parking alongside. Well, it's weird to say parking alongside the house, but parking outside of your apartment. It's really an apartment building because I'm on like the second floor. You close the window and look around for any bugs or animals that could have gotten into your place overnight. Do 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 do. And I'm obviously not afraid of the police. I literally went to the police station yesterday. Oh gosh, I hope they didn't fuck up the ash thing. You had one job. I told you to put it in a maximum security cell. You guys put it in a safe that's heat resistant. Excuse me, the AI stuck for some reason. Why is the AI stuck, actually? Okay, I guess we'll just continue. You don't see any bugs or birds. You don't see any bugs, birds, or other pests. Let's see. You wonder what you should do today. Your life seems pretty different from how it was only a day ago. You're now a cyborg. Now that you think about it, other than being a cyborg, your life is pretty similar to how it was a day ago. You still have to go to work today. You hop into the shower and get ready for your day. It's a beautiful day outside, so you decide to wear black skinny jeans and a pink long sleeve shirt with a black leather jacket. You also put on some black ankle boots. What the fuck is this outfit? Black skinny jeans. Someone draw this. I'm a cyborg with black skin. Also, my character at the beginning is described as wearing red spandance, a red cape and red spandex. Do I not wear that to my job? I wear like normal nigga clothes to my job. And I don't even know if this is normal nigga clothes. Who wears a long sleeve pink t-shirt and a leather jacket? Someone who just wants to be hot as fuck? That just seems like a sweaty nightmare, actually. Weird flex from my boy. Okay. You check the weather to make sure that it is not too hot to wear a long sleeve shirt and a leather jacket. You know, like an idiot. Maybe in the winter. And they say it's a beautiful day outside, so I don't think it's like snowing or some shit. I mean, snow is beautiful, I guess. The weather is somewhat cold, but the wind chill will make it seem colder. You consider changing out of the leather jacket, but decide to wear it anyway. You get into your car and drive off to work. Why am I driving to work? I have a jetpack. So the universe that I'm from, right? Everybody has superpowers. I have super speed and a jetpack. What am I doing? Like, do I have a secret identity in a world where everyone has powers? What even would be the point? Okay. I park my car outside of the office and head into work. I'm gonna walk into the boss's office and ask what my assignments for the day are. Nem, I got a job for you. It should be something right up your alley, your boss says. Your boss is an older gentleman named Sam, who likes to wear Hawaiian shirts in summer and sweatshirts in the winter. What is it? You ask with a warm smile. Also, don't a lot of people wear Hawaiian shirts in the summer and sweaters in the winter? What does he wear during the fall? Or spring? I need you to evict. Hold on, what the fuck? I need you to evict an old woman named Linda from her home. She hasn't paid her rent in 3 months and has been causing a ruckus and protesting against us. You nod your head and accept the mission. Okay, I'll get on it right now, you say. You think about how mundane... Oh. Now, you guys may be thinking, eviction notice, why are you evicting people? I think if we did a sequel to this, like, adventure, where I played as, like, shape-shifting cyborg Nom, it sounds like, by day, I work to evict people from their homes. But, remember, I exist in a universe where everyone has superpowers, which means whoever I'm evicting from their house who doesn't want to leave, they're pissed and they have some kind of special ability. And also by night, apparently I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to fight anybody. And sometimes I do like superhero work, but it doesn't seem like my character is necessarily like a super official superhero. Because if I was, when I talked to the guards earlier in the town square, that would have been like, oh, of course, we can tell you everything about the airship battle. You're like superhero, like, da-da-da-da. So I think I'm like a vigilante in this world where everyone has superpowers. But my day job is literally that I evict superpowered people from their homes when they're like supposed to leave. So yeah, if you want to see me straight up like duke it out with some person who need to get out of their apartments, definitely let me know on Discord. If you guys have a video idea that you think would be cool, let me know. And if I'm down to do your idea, then I'll charge you $7 per hour length of the video. So $7 for a 1 hour video, $14 for a 2 hour video, $21 for a 3 hour video, etc., etc. So feel free to hit up our Discord. Also, if you would like to just donate to the channel and help support us, feel free to donate to our Cash App. I had a lot of fun. This was like a crazy good adventure. I hope you guys like it. It's like a feature-length adventure. It's like a movie. Shout out to King of Craxels, by the way, for spending $14 to make this a reality. And thank you all again for watching. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Check it out.